Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 6 of the NFL.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Brooks to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Young. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Young on 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Troy Anderson applying the pressure and picking up the sack. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Pulled in at the 24. Goes a 42, making a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 3rd and 4. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. The Falcons in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Penix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, it's Penix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stump it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game, and he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Troy Anderson, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Young to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From the red zone now, Young. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Brooks is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and Panther lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Robinson up the middle. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll throw with Penix. It's the right side here, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And looking to throw. Penix steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Flush to his right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Let's go. 91 is the Mike. Let's go, defense.
A play fake. Now Penix steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Michael Penix, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Coup for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Now a first down throw for Young. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Young from the shotgun. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific
touchdown. Traylon Burks, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. McPherson now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Here's Penix on 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 3. To the air, Penix. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The long touchdown pass gives him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Traylon Burks headed back out with the rest of this offense. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing, Young. That one caught by Polk. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll go play action here with Penix. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Penix. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
They are going for it. Penix. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. So a good challenge there. The look pretty conclusive. The feet were in, and it's a completed pass. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Young on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the first. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
a touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson.
And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Deion Henley there on the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Like 22, he's coming, 22.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here's Penix.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
On the bootleg, it's Penix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd down, Brooks. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And Young's throw there incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Like 22, he's coming, 22's coming, Mike. I got it. Seven pirate.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. 34 yards. And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
True able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Young. That one complete to Ligon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Young. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. A first down throw for Young. That pass taken in by Burks. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
To the air once more, Young. He gets it to Burks again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Young going to give to Brooks. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Young will set to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
85 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. This 2nd and 4. Robinson with another carry.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
2nd and a couple. A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Big Derek Brown making the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline.
That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Second and 10.
Looking to throw. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Falcons are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the fourth quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. You see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Ready, break. Hey, watch the slam, watch the slam. Watch the slam.
First and 10, Young. Now this complete to Polk. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Young to throw it. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Young. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover. But it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Atlanta, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.